So for today, to get right to the presentation, I want to say a big special thank you to Andrew from iView. He and his team connected with me a while back and said, we have this awesome speaker that I'll let him tell you all about, that we'd like to bring to the market because he knows a lot about what we do, but even more importantly, he knows a lot about video. Andrew's been a strong supporter of LVIMA. iView's been a really great partner and sponsor. So I'm going to let Andrew make the introductions, and thank you very much.
Thanks so much, Lynn. Thank you guys for getting up early, for getting in your cars, for coming to Summerlin. Thank you for hosting this event, R&R. And thank you to LVIMA for being such an advocate in the Las Vegas market and bringing these types of educational events to you guys, the marketers, who connect with consumers. iView, for those of you that don't know, is a performance video platform. We enable brands to connect with consumers on a one-to-one level in order to drive action. And when we think about video, we really don't associate video with a direct response type of an execution, but iView's been very successful with bringing video into the lower funnel and driving return on ad spend and CPA and the things that you guys deal with on a daily basis. When we were talking with Lynn, we were thinking about, okay, how can we bring some education to this market from a video perspective, but also from a personal perspective. And we thought that we had an incredible individual that we wanted to share with you. So iView has a wonderful relationship with Andrew Davis. Andrew Davis is a world-renowned marketer, and he is incredibly good at sifting through all of the complications that exist within our space and boiling it out into how we connect with individuals. He knows video like the back of his hand. He's also a best-selling author. He's traveled the world. He and Donnie Deutsch could probably go a few rounds, I'm sure. And he has had probably more coffee than I have, which is really hard to do. I probably had 5 shots in the cab. I've filled my venti with this pot right here about 3 times. And so he's more caffeinated than me. So let's give him a warm welcome and enjoy. Andrew Davis.
Thank you. Oh, I don't even need that. You can keep it. Yeah, it's yours. Right. Good morning. I love the smell of bacon in the morning. It's like, really gets me going. I'm really excited to be here. It's nice to have a nice, small, intimate audience. We're going to have some fun. We're going to talk about video, but we're going to focus on attention because getting attention today is harder than ever before. And our clients, our customers, our family, our friends, our prospects, our leads, they tell us they have no time. They don't have time to read our emails. They don't have time to read our blog posts. They don't have time to listen to our podcasts because they're way too long. They don't have time to fill out a form to download our ebook because that form is too long. They don't have time to consume our content. But these very same people will spend an entire weekend binge watching 2 seasons of Stranger Things. We need to be more like Stranger Things. We need to not just get people's attention, because I think that's actually fairly easy in today's online world. What we need to do is retain their attention for as long as possible. 2 seasons worth of Stranger Things would do huge things for our bottom line. So how can we actually focus on audience retention? And video is a very interesting medium. Video is a linear medium, right? When you hit the play button on a video, you are now barreling down the tracks to the end of the video, right? This is the way it goes. You have some options. I'll give you that. You can pause the video, like right here. You could rewind the video. You can hit play again. But the problem is, our call to action is way over here. It's way down the tracks. And the big issue is that most consumers bail on our videos. They step off the tracks because that cat video on the promoted sidebar looks way more interesting than this video. So what do? Well, we're told that our consumer has the attention span of a goldfish. They have 9 seconds, 8 seconds. The science on the goldfish thing is very sketchy, but they tell us we have the attention of a goldfish. So what we do is we try to make the video shorter. We try to bring the call to action closer and closer and closer to the play button on the video. And at some point, you end up with just a 9-second video, which is just a call to action. It's like, buy now, learn more, fill out form, download ebook, click this link. This is what we do. This has become a real issue because in our effort to make our videos more consumable, we've actually eliminated every element that makes our videos watchable. This is the problem with our videos. It's not that they're too long, it's that we've removed all the things that makes them more like Stranger Things. We also need to quit blaming the consumer for having the attention span of a goldfish. Maybe it's us. Maybe our content actually isn't engagement worthy. We need to create engaging content. And the truth is, it is easy to get your audience's attention in today's online world. The problem is, it's harder and harder to retain their attention. But luckily, we're going to solve this problem today, okay? And luckily, the solution lies with this box. This box is the solution to our problems. But this isn't any ordinary box. This, my friends, this is a mystery box. Yes! It says, ooh, let's try it again. You guys, let's rewind the video. This just isn't any ordinary box. This, my friends, is a mystery box. You guys got it. This is good. This is a box of mystery. That's right. It is a box of mystery. Now, I do have a couple of questions. Is there anyone in here named Julie Cruz? Because when I picked up this box at the hotel, it had this name on it. There's no one here. Okay. Is there anyone here named Tommy Thomas? Because that was also on the box. I had it sent directly to the hotel. I don't know who these people are. Is there anyone here named Danielle Yankee? Where are you, Danielle? She was the person I picked randomly on Twitter to receive this box. Danielle. That's a real disappointment. Who tweeted this morning? What's your name? Marie Furman? Close enough. What is it really? Ruth Furman. That's not even close. Oh, okay. Ruth. This is going to be your mystery box. Whatever is inside this box is yours. And I bought this box online. I have no idea what is in it, but tell me how excited you are about this box right now. Like on a scale of 1 to 10, hold up your fingers.
Extraordinarily don't have enough fingers.
See? It's like an 11 right now. This mystery box is not just something I invented, by the way. The mystery box is an online phenomenon that I just can't understand. In fact, there are mystery boxes on all sorts of platforms. This right here is eBay, and there are 12,000 listings this morning for mystery boxes. The whole thing is, you don't know what's inside the box. You are ordering a box, you are bidding on a box for $169. You have no idea what's in there, or in there. or in the mystery treasure box for $200, or this mysterious box of magic tricks. Could be an empty mystery box. There are 35,000 of them on Amazon, Etsy, and eBay combined today, if you want to go and buy a mystery box. This one looks very exciting, actually. It's a treasure box themed mystery box. And yeah, that's exciting. But what's even more amazing is that there is content about mystery boxes. Not just a little bit, but on YouTube alone, there are tons of videos of people just like me who paid $37.50, which is what I paid to win this mystery box and have it sent to the hotel so I could bring it here to give to Ruth.
I'm a writer.
And it's writer themed. This is one of the things they tell you, they have to tell you, because the platform won't allow you to sell anything without a description, that it's writer themed or magic themed. There's actually one that's just plant themed. Like, you don't know what plants you're gonna get, but they'll come in the mail. Woohoo, mystery. So this one, Ruth, is for you. It's writer themed. It's like, it's magic.
Do I have to wait 2 hours to open it?
No, we'll open it, but we should open it like these kinds of people open it. There are 8.4 million mystery unboxing videos on YouTube. Almost 9 million people have videotaped them opening their mystery box. I have no idea what's in it, but I can't wait to show you. This is the phenomenon. It is really intriguing. And these are the guys that I picked to show you. These are 2 guys from London who spent 10,000 pounds on a mystery box with the potential of getting a $100,000 return on their investment. So let me just play you a little sample of what these mystery box unboxing videos look like.
Hey guys, welcome to a new video on the channel. We are joined with Jordan Houston today. Hey. We have a mystery box here which we bought. It has a value of £10,000 and we spent 5k each making sure that we got this box for you guys today. The value inside this box can range between £250 to £100,000. That's a big difference, isn't it?
So basically we're about to get like really poor or really rich basically. It's kind of like a gamble. Like we spent £5,000 each, £10,000 box, mystery box. It has like Louis Vuitton, that video.
But I watched the whole thing. It's 11 minutes long. It was very compelling. You can go find out if they made it really poor or really rich, if you'd like. But why would millions and millions of people spend money on a box without knowing what's inside? Why? Well, I think the answer lies in the kinds of campaigns that IKEA has executed. Now, IKEA did this amazingly powerful pre-roll ad campaign in Sweden. And I want to show you the campaign. It was really well executed and tremendously intriguing. They did 3 ads actually, and this is just one of them. Now we all know how pre-roll ads work, right? You have to like click and click and click on the skip this ad button until the 5 seconds is up so you can get past the ad. Well, let me break down this ad. Now it's in Swedish. There are little subtitles, but I'll read them just so you can hear them in case you need glasses. So let me just play the first 5 seconds of the IKEA ad, Where Life Happens. Here we go.
Ska vi verkligen kolla på det här?
Do you really want to watch this? That's 5 seconds. Do you really want to watch this? You can skip this ad right now, guys. That's the button's ready to hit. But we want to watch it. Do we really want? Yeah, we do. Okay, let's play it.
Du vet att du kan hoppa över det här.
You can skip this ad, right?
Det här kommer ta jättelång tid.
Four minutes of cleaning dishes. That's all it is. 4 minutes and 29 seconds of this kid doing the dishes. What's amazing is that the average view time for this ad is 3 minutes. That's not the most amazing stat. The most amazing stat is that 39% of the people who viewed this ad watched the entire 4 minutes and 29 seconds of an ad. That is amazing. Why are mystery boxes all the rage, and why does this IKEA ad actually work? Well, there are 2 psychological phenomena at play here. The first is called the curiosity gap. The curiosity gap is this amazing psychological tendency that we have to fill the void between what we know, or what we want to know, or what we need to know. Okay? The curiosity gap. And the second one is actually called the need for closure. And we have this deep-seated desire, this innate desire for a firm answer to a question, and this really, really natural aversion towards ambiguity in any circumstance. People buy mystery boxes and watch that ad for those two reasons. And they're really, really powerful. It forces us to chase an answer to a question we have, consciously or subconsciously. And if you eliminate our audience's desire to answer a question, we actually eliminate their interest in our content. We have to keep them chasing answers, because we don't get attention just for creating content. We have to earn attention by satiating our audience's desire to know over time. That's the power of the curiosity gap and our need for closure. And this is what delivers engagement. The root of the word engage is just to occupy, attract, or involve someone's interest or attention. And interest is just our desire to know. And attention is just regarding something as interesting or important. So we've got to keep them chasing answers. We've got to satiate their desire to know over time. If we want to create successful videos, we need a formula for creating attention. So what is the formula for attention? I think this is what the formula for attention looks like. If you want to create and maintain someone's attention, all you have to do is get them some suspense over time multiplied by the payoff, the outcome for the content, okay? It's a very simple formula. We all understand what time is. It's linear. It goes that way towards our call to action, okay? We all know what the payoff is generally. That's the outcome of the video, the opening of the mystery box. That's the outcome. What is inside of that mystery box? And the suspense, well, that's the hard part. Suspense is just anxiety or uncertainty. Let's break down suspense a little further, because that's the real key to owning and earning someone's attention. Basically, questions create suspense. Question raised and the time you pay it off, the difference is actually the curiosity gap. That is what suspense is. William Archer, who's an amazing playwright, said that suspense is just drama. He said drama is anticipation mingled with uncertainty. And that's suspense. We just need to be uncertain and feel this anxiety about the possible outcome if we're going to consume the entire piece of content. So we've got to create suspense, raise these questions, and pull them through the content over time. So we understand suspense. Let's just talk about attention for just a second. Attention is really important, but if we really want to own someone's attention, we have to start listening to the feedback we get for the content we're creating. Video or not, it doesn't matter. When someone says, your content is too long, what they're actually saying is, I have no more questions. So instead of making the content shorter, what we need to do is go back and address the chief concern, which is there are no more questions in the mind of the audience. If we want to retain their attention, we have to keep them chasing answers. All right, let's talk about the payoff. The payoff is the real secret behind the success, because payoffs are really important. And Ruth, I know you're really excited about what's in this box. You said it's an 11 on the scale of excitement, which is awesome. Well, hey, look, you know what? This is what the anxiety of wanting to know what's in this box is all about. So let's find out what's in the box. Should we do that? Let's do it like a YouTube video, though. Let's do it like an unboxing video. So I'll be Sparkles 241, and I'm going to imagine that I'm opening the box for you. Okay, you ready? Here we go. You're going to hit play on the play button. Here we go. Oh my gosh, guys, it's me, Sparkles 421. I am so excited today. I have been waiting like 7, oh my gosh, jump cut, I don't know how long, but a really long time for this box to arrive. I won this box for $37.50. It is writer themed, it is a mystery box, and I cannot wait to open it. Before we open the box, my friends, I need to remind you to subscribe and like this video if you want to check it out, because, so, you know, heart, likey. Anyway, I've decided to give this box to Ruth. Ruth, high five. You answered the most questions. I can't love your comments. Think you have the greatest profile picture. Profile picture? Awesome. Let's open the box, Ruth. Oh my gosh. I forgot to tell you guys about the most awesome thing that happened to me the other day. This is what they do on video. Jump cut, fast forward. Let's see what's in the box, all right? Here we go. There's bubble wrap. It might, wow. Fragile, that's what it is. Let's see what we got here. How are you feeling? Excited? It's writers themed. Oh my gosh, there's tissue paper on top of the, like there aren't enough notebooks. You got two beautiful leather-bound little journal things and two leather luggage tags. One has a slogan on it. It says, "Explore more." Awesome. I'm going to give you these afterwards, but you seem excited. Oh, you need, okay, good. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how excited are you now about this?
9.4.
9.4, that is great. You, my friend, are more excited than most people for the payoff of a mystery box. The deal with the mystery box and any content we're creating is that the payoff must be proportional to the suspense you build for the content you're creating.
I spent $37 on that. It might be a little scandalous.
Yeah, that's the problem. People never feel like it measures up to the expectation of the money they spent, no matter how much they get in a mystery box. If you go look at the ratings and reviews for mystery boxes, they're all 1 star. People hate their mystery boxes just as much as they hate clickbait. The payoff is really important. If you overemphasize something to the point at which the outcome is not proportional to the suspense you build, you actually destroy people's trust and actually destroy the content quality you're creating. So we need to rethink attention. Yes?
It sounds like a great mode for con artists. I mean,
It does sound like a great mode for, there's a really interesting story behind mystery boxes, which I'll tell you about afterwards. It's kind of fun. But it's actually a really interesting idea, and it's policed pretty well. All right, let's talk about the real secret to building suspense, especially in video content. If you want to build suspense, what you actually have to do is raise the stakes. Okay? So you have to show me something that the audience or the character in your video wants to get, their desire, and then you have to threaten it for as long as possible. All right? Let me show you my case study in, oh, did you want to take a picture of that? Here. Raise the stakes. Okay. So let me show you my quick case study in raising the stakes. I call this the tale of 2 watermelons. And we'll go through watermelon number 1, okay? This is watermelon number 1, and it's actually from 2 guys in the UK named Gavin and Dan. They're known as the slow-mo guys on YouTube. Maybe you've seen them before, but what they do is they shoot these crazy scenarios, like popping popcorn in very slow motion, or a soccer ball to the face in very slow motion, or even diving into like a trampoline with 1,000 mouse traps, and then they show it in, that one's funny actually. They show it in slow motion. And what they decided to do a couple of years ago in January of 2014 was actually explode a watermelon. Now, think about the watermelon. What does it desire? All it desires is to live. I'm just a watermelon. I want to live. What are they threatening it with? A firecracker, right? They're going to insert a firecracker and threaten the life of the watermelon. So let's watch how much attention they garner by just creating that amount of suspense. Here we go. There we go. That was 9 seconds in real time. Now let me show you the slow-mo, which is what they're known for, okay? Here we go. That was 9 seconds as well. Total of 18 seconds of attention they earned by taking a watermelon, threatening its life with a firecracker. That is the formula, okay? 18 seconds of total attention, anxiety and uncertainty, just a watermelon that wants to live, that firecracker inserted, and the outcome is awesome. It's a slow motion cacophony. That guy's face getting splattered with watermelon guts, right? That's watermelon number one. Let's look at watermelon number two. Now, watermelon number two is essentially the same formula, all right? This is actually how this one started. This is James and Chelsea. They're from BuzzFeed, and they actually decided last year, or 2 years ago, sorry, to threaten the life of a watermelon as well. But what they decided to do was not do it the same way as the slow-mo guys. Let me let them explain how they were gonna threaten the life of a watermelon.
Hi, I'm Chelsea.
And I'm James.
This is our watermelon that we're going to try to explode using rubber bands. And right now we're at 90 rubber bands, and we've somehow gotten talked into sitting very closely to this, and I'm nervous.
I'm really scared.
So yeah, we're going to start.
So they went live on Facebook at about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, East Coast time, and started threatening the life of this watermelon one rubber band at a time. And the questions immediately started pouring in. People started already asking big questions like, wouldn't this be an implosion, not an explosion? Which is some astute scientist watching there. I think you guys need thicker rubber bands, right? Like, maybe that would make this go faster. This is so stressful. I'm stressing out over here. Mr. D'Souza says, okay, this is going to take a while, but I'm watching. I'm really interested. 20 minutes in, there are 375,000 people watching a watermelon being threatened by rubber bands. And the comments keep coming in. People are still consuming this content, and they're telling other people, you've got to check this out. I wonder how many rubber bands they have. Good question. They're chasing the answer. Maybe it'll never explode. This is true. It'll explode while I'm not watching. I'm sure I can't leave this. Gotta watch this. I don't want to miss it. That was 20 minutes in. 40 minutes in, there are now 800,000 people watching live a watermelon threatening on Facebook. And the comments keep coming in. People are still watching, and they've still got comments. They want to get to the end of the video. Where's the fast forward button? It's live. I've invested too much time into this to stop watching now. I've been watching you guys put rubber bands on a watermelon for 40 minutes. What am I doing with my life? But this is my favorite one of all the comments. The suspense is so powerful that this dad left his kids on a curb for 40 minutes. That's how powerful this is. So what does the formula look like? Same formula. I'm going to threaten the life of a watermelon, but one rubber band at a time. I'm going to get over 40 minutes of attention for people, and what's the outcome? It's the same actual outcome. The watermelon explodes just like we expect. Every rubber band raises the stakes in this scenario. And the difference is pretty clear. 300 times the attention with the same exact formula. We need to remember that the attention your content garners is directly proportional to the rate at which you raise the stakes. And we control the information we give the audience. We don't have to front load everything. And when we focus on creating consumable content, you're just inserting a firecracker into a rubber band. It's a short fuse. They pay attention for a very short amount of time. But when you focus on creating watchable content, you're just adding one rubber band to the watermelon over time, raising the questions along the way. And the suspense builds. This is actually what it's creating. It's creating tension, an emotional connection with the audience. It's really powerful because that emotional anxiety is what keeps people watching. They get more excited about the outcome. And this chart is actually just the level of anticipation over time as a percentage. And these are the two differences, right? The firecracker is the black line, and you can only get to a certain amount of tension because it's only 9 seconds. Whereas for 40 minutes, people get more and more anxious about the outcome. The tension gets higher. The problem with a lot of our content is we put the call to action after the payoff. We need to move the call to action to just before the payoff because that's when everybody's paying attention the most. After the payoff, they're leaving. This is what the watermelon looks like. We need to get them at that moment when they think it's just about to explode to hear our message before the payoff. Think about where your payoff is, because the longer you're able to build suspense, the greater the tension and the bigger the catharsis, the emotional release that people feel at the end of the video. So what if we raise the stakes in our videos? We have to ask ourselves, are we actually just inserting a firecracker when we should actually be building suspense over time by adding one rubber band over the entire video? Now, I get it. We're not creating a lot of exploding watermelon videos. Like, that's really fun. We're not BuzzFeed. You know what we are creating a lot of, though? We're all creating a lot of case studies and testimonial videos. And it doesn't matter what you do. They're all over the place. Thousands and thousands of case studies. This is Jeff, a lymphoma survivor. It's for the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. There's nothing at stake. Leukemia and lymphoma is life or death. And the title of the video reveals that he survives. There is no reason to watch this video. No reason. We should be wondering if Jeff is still around. That's how you will get people through this video. SAP, I went to their website. They have 744 videos classified as case studies. I didn't watch all 744 because they're unbelievably boring. But they've spent a ton of money on case study videos. Let's assume that they spent $4,000 each, which I think is a low number. They've spent $3 million on case studies that have nothing at stake. I couldn't get through most of the videos I watched. And then there are companies, small companies or smaller companies like FreshBooks that are focusing on small and medium-sized businesses. And yes, they have testimonials, lots of testimonials. In fact, they're even called customer testimonials. I know the outcome. They're a customer, and it solved all my problems. I went and watched this one. This is Sarah's customer testimonial online. And I decided that instead of just showing you testimonials and telling you what's wrong, we should re-edit a testimonial together, because a lot of us have all the elements you actually need to create a successful story that builds suspense. You've just put them together in the wrong order. And if we just rethink the order, we can be really successful in creating compelling, suspense-driven content with a real payoff, a payoff that drives revenue. All right, so here's what I need you to actually watch the entire video if you're going to get anything out of this. So this is going to be the hardest minute and 32 seconds of the morning, I guarantee it. You see the percentage up there that says 100%. It's going to start going down over the course of the video. At the end of the video, it will go to 0. What I need you guys to do is raise your hand as soon as I hit the play button, okay? You're gonna put your hands way up in the air, and when you, as a consumer, would have bailed on this video, I need you to put your hand down and remember the number, okay? Does that make sense? Does anybody not understand what we're doing here? Perfect. Okay, everybody hands up. And here we go.
I do architectural and interior design. I run my own business. It's a sole proprietorship. When I started my business, it was completely intentional. I had small kids. I needed a flexible schedule, and you can't do that when you're working with somebody else. Before I started using FreshBooks, I had a spreadsheet for expenses. I had this other thing for keeping track of time, and then I wrote out invoices separately, and they were separate from my estimates, and they were separate from my job records. In fact, sometimes I hated doing it so much that I wouldn't send out an invoice for months after I'd done the work. It got to be embarrassing. There are a lot of people who got free design work out of it. I switched over to FreshBooks because it allowed me to save a lot of time. I didn't even try it for 30 days. I took a look at it and jumped right in. Anytime you find the perfect tool to complete a task, you don't want to go back. It was simple. It was really easy to read on the screen. I could see everything I needed right in front of me, and it was really easy to learn. I felt like I'd struck gold. When I'm on a job site, I can pull up that project on my phone, and I can record hours and send invoices. That in itself saves me like probably 12 hours. I'm definitely making more money because I can spend more time doing work for other people.
Okay. Okay, no one made it past 60% except for these two people. Do you guys work for FreshBooks? Did you produce the video? Wow. You guys, we need to chat afterwards. because this is painful. It's hard to watch that video. Most of you bailed by 75%, if I'm just taking a rough poll. And Warren bailed like before the titles were over. It was like, I'm out. It's tough to watch. We need to raise the stakes. And if you want to do this, you actually need to just think like a reality TV editor. Great TV producers think like reality television editors. They don't think like directors. They think about what are they going to do in post-production to make this story work. So what we're going to do is actually work through that. But first, let's check on our watermelon, right? How's the watermelon doing? Here we go.
Yeah.
677.
677.
Oh, baby.
It's looking pretty dangerous. Yeah, nothing. It's not exploded yet. It's kind of a bummer. All right, so let's raise the stakes on this video, but let's think like a reality TV editor. Remember, if you're gonna raise the stakes, all you have to do is show me what the audience desires and then threaten it for as long as possible. And let's do that with Ice Road Truckers. Now, if you're not familiar with Ice Road Truckers, that's okay. It's basically Ice Road Truckers. Right? It's very, got it. Let's look at how they show me what the audience desires. They show me what the character desires, and then we'll go through how they threaten it. So let's look at this little clip here.
Here's the ice. Damn it. That's so slushy. Hand comes right across this lake, but what's between the shore to shore? Who knows?
What does she want? She wants to go to Pakankatonkin, or whatever the hell it's called, right? That's the only text that's subtitled. Why? Because it's unbelievably important that you understand what she desires. That's all they wanted the subtitle. She just wants to get to Pakankatonkin across the frozen tundra. Okay, great. Well, I know we're not creating Ice Road Truckers. We're working with Sarah's FreshBooks testimonial. But let's look at how they start the FreshBooks testimonial, okay? This is the original.
I do architectural and interior design. I run my own business.
No one cares. No one cares, Sarah. Real sorry. No one cares. But in the video, she actually does talk about what every small business owner wants. What do they want? More money and more time. And when does Sarah say that? She actually says it at the very end of the video. The last thing she says, which no one got to except for those two people, she says, let's listen to it. Here she goes.
I'm definitely making more money because I can spend more time doing work for other people.
I'm sorry, make more money, spend more, right?
I'm definitely making more money because I can spend more time doing
more money, more time. Right before the final logo, which no one made it to. No one made it to the call to action. All we have to do is move that to the front. That's what everyone in the audience desires, and that's what she wanted. So let's do it. Let's move it. Let's take out the music.
I'm definitely making more money because I can spend more time doing work for other people.
Yeah, good. It's much better without the sparkly music. The sparkly music we'll use later, but it's not right now. We need to have people paying attention. Okay, so now we know what she desires. We know what the Ice Road Trucker team desires. She just wants to get to Pakankatonkin. Now what are we going to do? We have to threaten it. So how does Ice Road Truckers do it? They do it masterfully. I want you to listen to the music, the sound effects. I want you to look at the beats they create, the tension they build just by space. All right, here we go.
What do we get across the ice?
As Lisa reaches the middle of the lake, where water falls to depths of over 200 feet,
Holy snap and pop.
the ice begins to splinter.
Yeah, it's groaning. It's not liking it today.
In case rigs break through,
It's loud.
drivers keep their doors open for a quick escape.
Man, it is cracking. It's something fierce. I can't go any slower. Oh my gosh!
If you could see your faces when you're, everybody's like, oh, that's tension, right? They threaten the trip, and I also want to point out she's wearing a Death Wish coffee sweatshirt, which I think is awesome. Like this is tension, and all they did was threaten the trip to Pakankatonkin across the lake. We have to threaten her success. If she's getting more money and more time, what's in the way of that? Now let's look at what they originally said 20 seconds after her bios. Okay, so we had to make it through 20 seconds of just her talking about herself before she even talks about what her problem is. And there's a sparkly music, which is really annoying. Just listen.
Before I started using FreshBooks, I had spreadsheet for expenses. I had this other thing for keeping track of time, and then I wrote out...
Blah, 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 blah. She had lots of problems. Lots and lots of problems. But they gave me, the FreshBooks team gave me their original stuff, the stuff that ended up on the cutting room floor. And in the cutting room floor stuff, there was the most amazing soundbite. The simplest way to prove that she actually could threaten her entire business just by being an idiot. Let me play you the bite that I think shows and proves that she was threatening her business. Here we go.
I'm a total accounting idiot.
Nice. All right, let's keep adding some music, but let's not add the sparkly music. Let's threaten her business with some music that makes me really upset about how much of an idiot she is. Here we go.
I'm a total accounting idiot. I made a spreadsheet, and I had spreadsheet for expenses. I had this other thing for keeping track of time, and
see, it feels different already. The pacing is different. Now, we do need to give her some credit. We should show some B-roll. I think most case studies don't actually show me enough. They do a lot of telling, but B-roll is just the stuff that you intercut between the main stuff to show me the problem. And we need to cut some B-roll in just to even cover up the edits. But they shot no B-roll. And we also need to add a lower third because no one cares who Sarah is, but we should give her credit, okay? So here we go.
I'm a total accounting idiot. I made a spreadsheet, and I had spreadsheet for expenses. I had this other thing for keeping track of time, and then another thing, and then another thing, and then I wrote out invoices separately, and they were separate.
Perfect. Great, Sarah. You're an accounting idiot. We've threatened the business as much as we can. I get it. It's not Ice Road Truckers, but this is what we have to try and do. We also need to give some breathing room. Reality television shows are great at raising tension just by creating breathing room. They call them beats. These are moments where you allow the audience to think for themselves. And because we're trying to create such consumable content, we've removed beats. We've removed the ability for the audience to think and reflect, does this affect them? Now, lots of shows are good at this, but I chose this episode specifically from the British version of The X Factor because they literally use breathing to build tension. And it's the audition of a guy named Christopher Maloney. So I want you to pay attention to the actual breaths that people are taking and the cuts they take, because those are the moments where you're supposed to think, is this guy gonna suck or is this guy gonna be amazing? That's the question we all wanna know. So let me play the beginning.
Hiya. You alright? Are you shaking?
I'm really nervous, yeah. Sorry.
It's alright.
Yeah, 6 seconds of breathing. 30% of that is just people breathing. That's it. Now at this point they do a little interview, then they do that 6-minute sappy story that we all love, that are beautifully constructed, by the way. And now I'm really wondering, because Chris, his grandfather died recently, his grandmother's there to support him. Is he gonna suck? Is he gonna sing the song that's supposed to be a memory to his grandfather? Are we gonna boo him off stage, or is this gonna be awesome? That's the question we're asking. They invite him onto stage to sing, and this is what starts to happen. Watch the breathing.
Take it away.
75%, that's just people breathing, just people breathing. And now we want to hear him. Is he going to suck? I don't know. Do you guys want to hear him? Yeah. Are you sure? Yeah. Because we can play more breathing. This is the beats they've created. You ready? Here we go.
Some say love, it is a river that drowns.
Beautifully edited. Beautifully edited, just gave us some breathing room to consider it. Now in the FreshBooks original video, they move really fast and they cut out all the moments where I'm supposed to reflect if I use spreadsheets or do I hate accounting. These are all the problems I'm supposed to think about for myself. This is how fast they move. And in reality TV, by the way, they use a lot of effects to even slow down moments. They will actually slow down the footage to emphasize a moment. Here's her moment.
In fact, sometimes I hated doing it so much that I wouldn't send out an invoice for months after I'd done the work. It got to be
where she reflects on it. If we slow that down and have other people think, do I take months to send out my invoices? We can actually have them think that way. So let's slow this down. Now I'm going to over-exaggerate it just so you can see it. You wouldn't slow it down this much, but it gives people a moment to think for themselves, a beat.
Sometimes I hated doing it so much that I wouldn't send out an invoice for months after I'd done the work. It was
difference. You feel it? You've got to keep people feeling the moments. She also does this again when she talks about this being the worst part of her job, and they eliminated a cut. We have to cover it with some B-roll, but they actually eliminated the moment entirely.
It was an unpleasant duty, you know. It was the worst part of my job.
Much better. I feel like it's the worst part of my job maybe as well. So let's add a calculator to cover up that jump cut that we've got. We'll add some B-roll and we'll put the music back in. So feel this moment. All right, here we go.
It was an unpleasant duty, you know. It was the worst part of my job. In fact, sometimes I hated doing it so much that I wouldn't send out an invoice.
See what I mean? Feels different. We've got to give people time to breathe instead of worrying if it's too long. Let them reflect on the moment. Because each beat you actually give the audience is like adding that rubber band to the watermelon. All right? Got to give them some breathing room. And let's just check on the watermelon while we're here.
Oh, yeah, like
right.
Rocky or something.
Yeah, it's looking sketchy.
679.
679. No, nothing. Nothing yet. All right, let's do the last secret. The last secret to thinking like a reality television editor and really raising the stakes is to delay the reveal. Now, anyone who's ever watched an episode of Fixer Upper knows exactly what I'm talking about, right? The most expensive ads are at the end of Fixer Upper. Why? Because they delay the reveal perfectly, beautifully, every single time. And if you've invested 45 minutes in watching this show already, you've got to know if they like the house. And you haven't even seen the entire house complete. So let me show you how they delay the reveal.
Guys ready to check it out?
Absolutely.
All right, y'all stay put.
All right.
Matthew and Samantha, are y'all ready to see your fixer-upper?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Let's go.
What? Going to ads? You can't walk, you're like, oh, come on, right? Every single time. Well, we need to delay the reveal as well because right in the beginning of the video, she talks about the brand. She tells me that FreshBooks solved all my problems. This is what she says.
There are a lot of people who got free design work out of it. I switched over to FreshBooks because...
FreshBooks, they solved all my problems. I get it. I don't need to watch the rest of the video. If you made it that far, you already know the solution to the problem. We've got to really delay the reveal. So let's just remove the reveal. Let's remove the sparkly music, and let's transition to it. So instead, let's just get rid of FreshBooks. Right after that, she says something great. She says, when I've struck gold, this is what she says.
There are a lot of people who got free design work out of it. I felt like I'd struck gold. Like, you know,
if you're the viewer, you're saying struck gold with what? What did you strike? Maybe not consciously, but subconsciously, you're chasing the gold, right? So let's add a transition between her talking about her problems and her actually talking about the solution as the gold she found, okay? And we need some B-roll to cover this up, but we need a moment so that they reflect on the problem to find the solution. Here we go.
There are a lot of people who got free design work out of it.
B-roll. That's her in the middle.
I felt like I'd struck gold.
There we go. All right, now we can actually start building the reveal. Let's show the product instead of tell me what the product is, because that also builds suspense. What is this that they're showing me? She talks about some of the things she does now.
So anytime you find the perfect tool to complete a task, you don't want to go back. When I'm on a job site, I can pull up that project on my phone, and I can record hours and send invoices
haven't told me what it is. You're showing me what it is without actually telling me what the solution is. And then let's add that sunshine music, the sparkly music back, okay? Let's do it in a transition though. So we've gone from the problem to now we're talking about the solution, and here's the transition.
There are a lot of people who got free design work out of it. I felt like I'd struck gold. Like, you know, anytime you find the perfect tool to complete a task, you don't want to go back. When I'm on a job site,
I don't want to go back. Do you see the difference? These are the moments that make the video work. Delaying the reveal is a really important part, and it's the one thing we don't do when we put our videos online. Why is that called customer testimonial, Sarah, interior designer? I'm never going to watch that, but if you told me that an accounting idiot tripled her business, I want to know how. It immediately raises a question in my mind. Who's the accounting idiot? How did they triple their business? Can I do the same thing? That's a much more compelling title designed to build suspense and raise the stakes. All right, we don't have time to watch the last re-edit, the minute and 32 seconds. In fact, the re-edit is a little longer, but you can watch it online if you'd like, and I'll send you the entire presentation from today. If you just go to bit.ly/explodingwatermelons, I'll send it to you so that you can watch the re-edit in full and see the difference between the two. But this has been really fun. We've been on a really fun journey this morning to explore the power of video and suspense. But the truth is, you'll watch more video content in the next month than you will create in your lifetime. And we need to stop and take a second to think about how great videos work. So the next time you hit the play button on a video and you realize that you made it all the way through the video, I don't want you to move on to the next video or go back to doing your work. I want you to rewind the entire video. And I want you to watch it again. And I want you to think about how they employed the elements we've talked about today. Because you have all these elements. You have the ability to raise the stakes. And did they do it in the video? Did they show me something the audience desired and then threaten it for as long as possible? Did they put the call to action before the big payoff so that I actually considered taking that action? Did they give me some breathing room in the video to consider for myself what's happening in the video and reflect on it for me? And did they delay the reveal to the point at which you really wanted to know the outcome, the tension had built, and you emotionally felt this anxiety about the outcome? Because the truth is, if you want to create better videos, we need to learn to watch videos better. And when you have to create your next video, I want you to ask yourself one question before you start shooting. Should we insert a firecracker or just add one rubber band at a time?
679.
Oh, I see you're bursting.